All right, good morning, everybody. Hey, this is the day that the Lord have made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for tuning in the backyard, Pastor Perryman. Hey, today is a beautiful day. Today is an exciting day. It's a lovely day, so y'all come on in and share and like and tag and invite. Get as many people as you can to be a part today, and let's go after God together this morning. I appreciate every one of you for being on today. I really do. So again, y'all come on in and share and like and tag and invite. Get as many people as you can to be a part. Today is a beautiful day. It's an exciting day. It's an amazing day. It's a life-changing day. So y'all come on in and hear this life-changing word that's going to encourage your faith and starve your doubts today. So come on in again and share and like and tag and invite. Get as many people as you can to be a part today. And again, let's go out together, go after God together this morning. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to seeing God do something amazing today that's really going to encourage your faith and starve your doubts today. So come on in and let's share, like, and tag and invite and get as many people as you can to be a part this morning. I really do appreciate you. I really do. So again, today is life-changing this morning. It really is. It really is. So big shout out to those of you who are on Instagram this morning. Seems like we got some things going on wrong this morning. Let me get this changed. Yeah, wow, we got two Facebook pages going on at the same time. That ain't how that's supposed to go. But nevertheless, we're going to get to it anyway. So let's get that changed out here. That ain't supposed to be. So we'll get that out of here. That ain't supposed to be like that. But anyway, let's get to it this morning. Big shout out to those of you who on Instagram, those of you on Facebook Live today. We do appreciate you for tuning in this morning. We really do. So big shout out to you. Man, we don't have time to even change the way the screen is looking this morning. We just got things a little bit backwards this morning. Hey, chalk it up to Pastor Perry not getting no sleep last night. I mean, not being a little tired. But hey, anyway, today is a good day. It's a life-changing day. It's an incredible day. So we're going to get to it this morning. We're going to have a great time in God this morning. And so let me get some stuff set up for Instagram. We got this thing all set up wrong. Today, just set up wrong big time this morning. But hey, nevertheless, we're going to be ready to go today. So let me get this thing set up properly for Instagram. We got it wrong this morning. I'll blame my daughter Treasure. It's her fault. But anyway, we'll get it together this morning on Instagram. And then we're going to be ready to go today. Yeah, so we got the system set up wrong this morning. But still, today still is a good day. So big shout out to every one of you who are on this morning. We're taking a little bit longer than normal, but hey, we good to go today. But listen, get your coffee, your water, your juice, your tea, whatever you're drinking this morning, get it. And let's have a good time today, all right? Big shout out to my wife, Pastor Sophia, who's on today. Shout out to Miss Jackie Gibson Brown, who's rocking with us today. Good to see you this morning. Big shout out to Brother Salilo, who's on today. My brother Timothy Price is rocking with us today. Miss Miyoshi is on today. Shout out to Johnny for being the first contact on today. Shout out to Miss Valerie. Hey, cousin, good to see you this morning. Thank you so much for being on today. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you for tuning in this morning. But let's get it today. Let's get it. You know, a number of years ago, I am at home and the phone rings. Answer the phone and said, hello. And they say, Pastor Perryman, this is such and such and such and such. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good. How you and your family? Oh, everybody's doing well. And they say, well, I know you know I ain't been in church, right? I said, yeah, I know you ain't been in church. And they said, well, the reason I ain't been in church is because I feel like you don't treat me the way I need to be treated. And I was like, really? And so they started giving me their feedback, and they said, and I know you know that I done stopped tithing in the church. And I said, no, I really didn't know anything about any of that. I don't keep those records. And so what I've been doing is I've been going to somebody else's church. I said, okay, wow, I'm so sorry that has happened, that's transpired. I wish you would have come to me and sit down with me and talk to me about it. And they said, well, you know, Pastor, I've been in my feelings. So I wanted you to feel how I feel. And I said, well, brother, I got news for you. I don't really feel no type of way. You not hurting me, you actually hurting you. And he said, well, I just want you to know that I don't know if I'm coming back or not because I'm still in my feelings. And I said, brother, wherever you go, if you don't learn to master your feelings, if you don't learn to get control of your feelings, you're going to make some more rational decisions that's going to destroy you, potentially destroy your family because you refuse to get control over you. Everybody's not going to treat you fairly. Everybody's not going to treat you right. Everybody's not going to honor you at the level that you want to be honored. Everybody's not going to treat you the certain way. Everybody is not going to do that. And so what you're going to have to learn how to do is you're going to have to learn how to master your feelings. There are people who are watching me today. Your feelings have gotten the best of you. Your feelings control you. Your feelings make you say things that you shouldn't say. Your feelings make you do things that you shouldn't do. Your feelings make you act a certain way, act the way that you should not act. Your feelings make you do things like that. And there are so many people today, the reason that you act like this is because you have not learned to master your emotions. You haven't learned to get control over your feelings. You haven't learned to get out of your feelings. You know, the Bible says to us that in the last days, that many shall be offended. The scripture says, in the last days, many shall be offended. When you study the word many out, the word many means more than normal, more than usual. It literally means the majority. It means majority or overwhelming majority. So that means that over 50 to 60% of the people that you come in contact with has either been offended or on the verge of being offended. And a lot of times they are offended and you had nothing to do with it. Sometimes they're offended because of what somebody said to them 10 years ago. Sometimes they're offended because of what somebody did to them yesterday. Sometimes they're offended because of what this person said and because of what that person said. And all of a sudden you just show up and what you do is get the brunt of their attack and you had nothing to do with it. So what that individual is telling you is that they have not learned how to master their emotion. They ain't learned to master their emotion. They have not learned to get control over their feelings. So what they're doing is acting out based on how they feel. And so watch now, you can see that they're in their feelings. They're in their feelings. Sometimes people get in their feelings and they won't speak to you. Sometimes people get in their feelings and it gets them fired. Sometimes people get in their feelings and it causes them to lose their marriage, causes them to lose a relationship that they have built because they refuse to get out of their feelings. May I tell you today that Satan knows how to set the trap, that he knows how to bait you into getting offended, that he knows how to put you in a condition or a situation that can cause you to your life to be hindered. He does it. And what he does is he baits traps and he puts little breadcrumbs out there. And so before you know it, you're eating the breadcrumbs. And now all of a sudden you're entrapped by the enemy and you can't get out. When I was a kid living on Altoma Circle, the house to hang out with was down to Miss Brown's house. You know what I'm saying? Miss Irene Holmes, God bless her soul, their home was down the street. All the little kids in the neighborhood would be down there because you had a lot of kids down there, so we'd all be down there. So one day I asked the little boy, I got my shoes together, I got my white Converse on, my short pants on, my t-shirt on, I'm going down there. And when I get down there, I see Isadora Powell and I see Moses Hopper going home to be with the Lord. But I watched them, they land on the ground. And I am confused as a little boy as I'm walking up and they telling me, shh, shh. And I'm like, what are they doing? And I'm seeing them land on the ground. There's a box with a stick that's propped up and it's got a string on the end of it. And they're laying on the ground and one of them has a string in their hand. And what I noticed, they done went inside and got some of Miss Brown's, what we call light bread, tore her bread up and put it under the box. And so there used to be a lot of these little house birds that be flying around. And what they'd end up doing is they see the bread. And they go in there to get the bread. And as soon as they go in there to get the bread, somebody will pull the string and the top will fall over on them. And so they were playing a game to see how many birds they could catch. You understand? Each one of them had 5 times and see how many birds that they could catch. So I go down there, I want to play too. Well, I want to play too. So I'm saying they let me play. And I'm sitting there and as I'm playing, I couldn't figure out why these birds are so stupid enough to see their homeboys just get caught. The homeboys just got, you know what I'm saying, just got trapped under the box. You understand? You can't see that bread is under there to get you hooked and get you trapped under the bottom. But I kept seeing them birds come there and do this on a regular basis, on a regular basis, on a regular basis. And that's what the devil has done to many of you. That you are so much in your feelings that you can't even forgive people when they have wronged you. You're so much in your feelings that you cannot even help repair your own marriage because you can't get rid of the hurt and you can't get rid of the pain. And I know I hear some of you saying to yourself, well, Pastor, I can't help how I feel. Yes, you can. You can help how you feel. The Bible tells us that God has given you control over your own body. So watch now, if your emotions are controlling you, it is because you are not in control. One of the gifts that God has given every one of us is called self-control. It's called temperance. He's given you self-control. Let me say it to you again. He has given you self-control. He has given you temperance. It's a part of the fruit of the Spirit. If you are born again and given your life to Christ and you are endowed with God's Spirit, you have temperance. You have the fruit of the Spirit on the inside of you. You got love, you got joy, you got peace, you got meekness, you got temperance. You got all of those things on the inside of you. But the question that becomes is, are you utilizing the gifts that God put on the inside of you? So you have the ability to control how you feel. Let me say it to you again. You got the ability to control how you feel. See, that's just like saying, I can't control who I fall in love with. So the devil tells you, that homosexuality is right, but God tells you that it is wrong. And so your thought process is, well, I can't help who I fall in love with. No, boo, that's you in your feelings, that you have not got control over your feelings. And if you don't get control over your feelings will cost you everything. It can cost you money. It can cost you your life. It can cost you a relationship. It can cost you your housing. It can cost you cars. It can cost you your dream because you refuse to get out of your feelings. Somebody ought to put on the screen today, I'm getting out of my feelings today. I'm getting out of my feelings today. See, nobody has control over your feelings but you. I'm listening to Apostle Hilliard teach one day, and he says he took his entire family to the Bahamas. I said, man, I'm going to get to that point. I'm going to take my entire family to the Bahamas one day, on vacation one day, the entire family. And he talks about how they done flew to the Bahamas and they in a restaurant and he's paying for the food. He whips out his credit card and to give the lady to pay for the food. The lady comes back and she says, decline. And what y'all don't know is, see, when you work in the customer service industry, that this is a tip now if you want to sue somebody. Technically, they're not supposed to come back and tell you that your card is declined. They're not supposed to say that. You understand? Because that's an embarrassment on you, the customer. So they're not supposed to say that your card is declined. Even though what the computer system said was declined, they're not supposed to come back and tell you declined, especially in the front of other people because of embarrassment. They're supposed to come back to you and say to you, excuse me, sir, excuse me, ma'am, this card doesn't seem to be working properly. I don't know what's wrong with it. Do you have another card? See, they're not supposed to say you declined. So this lady says declined in the front of everybody. And so all of his family members is like, oh my God, oh my God. So he says, no problem. He reaches into his wallet and gets another credit card and gives it to him. So the lady comes back and with the check and everything is approved and everything. And so his daughter says to him, Dad, are you embarrassed? Aren't you embarrassed? Oh, Dad, I'm so embarrassed. Are you embarrassed? And he says, no, I ain't embarrassed. Why are you not embarrassed? He says, embarrassment is a choice and I don't choose to be embarrassed. And plus, these people don't know me. I don't know them. I probably never see them again, and they probably never see me again. So watch now. He's telling you that embarrassment is a choice. So watch now. Me controlling my feelings is a matter of my choice. I can choose to stay in my feelings or I can choose to get out of my feelings. It's up to you. And there are many of you who are watching me today. You have been in your feelings too long. You've been in them too long. How long are you going to hold her hostage? How long are you going to hold him hostage? How long are you going to imprison you? Because when you are in your feelings, you are imprisoning you. You lock you up in the prison cell of life. You do that. The other person is on the outside of the prison cell while you're in it. So they're trying to show you love. I don't want to be touched. They're trying to call you. They're trying to contact you. They're trying to show you love. They're trying to be there for you. But because you're in your feeling, I can do it out by myself. I don't need your help. And the reality is you do need help. You do need help. This is the reason that God put you in this relationship, because you needed help. This is the reason that God brought this individual into your life, because you needed help. This is why God gave you this job, because you needed help. This is why God put you in the place that you're in, because you needed help. But here you are rejecting the help that God is giving you because you in your feelings. And so now here you are in your feelings and you can't move forward in your life. Do you not realize the moment you get in your feelings is the moment that your life truly stops? So your life stops at this moment because you are in your feelings. The person who's on the other side of your prison cell is free. They're free. Now watch now. They only gonna try to help you for so long. And before they get to a point where they say, you know what, man, forget this. Forget this. I ain't doing this no more. I ain't trying to contact him no more. I ain't trying to contact her no more. I'm not going to do this anymore. And here's the thing. They will stop praying for you and move on. They'll stop trying to provide for you and move on. They'll stop trying to protect you and move on. And the reason being is because you in your feelings. Can you see all the blessing that you are blocking because you're in your feelings? When you get in your feelings, you become angry, you become frustrated, you become irritated, agitated, and you enter into a place of depression. These are all prison cells that you have yourself in, and you yourself have sentenced you. To some people, it's life sentence you sentence yourself to, because every day of your life, you're in your feelings. For some people, it's a 10-year prison cell. For some people, it's a 20-year prison sentence. For other people, it's a 30-year. For some people, it's a 5-year. Some people come to their senses and they only been locked up for 2 months or 2 weeks, and they make a decision that I'm getting out of my feelings. I'm getting out of my feelings. I'm getting out of my feelings. And once you start to get out of your feelings now, you enlist the supernatural help of God. God, I'm angry now because when you pray, you're being truthful. God, I'm angry. I don't appreciate the way that they did me. I don't appreciate what they said about me. I don't appreciate what they did to me. I don't appreciate any of that. God, they walked away from me when I needed them the most. I'm in my feelings and I really don't want to do nothing to support or to help them. So now I become clean before God. I'm bare before God. Now God can come along and God can help me now. He can help me. He can help me with a word. He can help me by giving me a plan of action that can strengthen my life. I'll never forget. We in our church in Los Angeles. Our church is big. It's an old school church, but it was big. We was in a movie theater on Vermont. Our church seats 750 people, but we didn't have 750 people, but the building seats 750 people. It was an old building. We had good church in there. Then we got to the point to where resources not coming in the way they're supposed to, but we still making it. We still making it. Still making it. You understand? Still keeping everything going. We're making it. One day the owner comes to the building and says, he lets us know that he don't really want us to be there. So I end up getting sued. Person come to the church to sue us. And when I read the documentation, it says, they suing us because we done damaged the building, we done messed this up, we done did. I mean, when I tell you, it's all kind of stuff. I come to the church one Sunday morning, and after service is over, we do a church meeting. So we ask all of our visitors to leave. We appreciated them, but we needed to have a church meeting. This is before Zoom and all this stuff. So having this church meeting, and I lay out to the church what the situation is and what we're dealing with. The guy said he'll keep us in the building if we pay X amount of dollars. Everybody in the church said, we don't want to pay that. We'll move. They don't want to pay that. I said, well, they're suing me, and we got to go down to the court. I'm thinking that people are going to pray for us. I'm thinking that people are going to say they're going to go with us. We ain't hear none of that, Prophet Captain. We ain't hear none of that. We ain't hear nobody say we're going to go to the court with it. We ain't hear nobody say they're going to pray for it. And we left. Now my wife and I got to run around and try to find lawyers to be able to help us. We go to some of these free lawyer seminars, and they trying to give me understanding. The best they can do is just give you enough information. You got to do the legwork yourself. So my wife and I doing the legwork as best we can. One Sunday morning, we come back to church. Nobody ain't said nothing to me. I'm angry. I'm upset. And I walk upstairs to my office, and I said, I will never forget how people treated me. No, take it. Let me make that. We done went to court. Not one member showed up to the court system with us. Not one. No one member called us and said, Pastor, we praying this morning for you that you're going to get the victory. Not a one. Not a one called us after we left and said, hey, is everything okay? Not a one. Not a one. Now watch now. God, I have been praying for God to give me wisdom as to how to deal with this. They suing me for over $1 million. You understand? And I'm looking at the documentation and I'm going inside the court. I ain't never been in one of these courtrooms like this before in my life. I'm thinking they finna hang you, boy. I go in there and I'm standing, I see all of these people and I said, oh my God, they get ready to hang your boy in front of all these people. They're gonna hang me in front of all these people. And the lady judge says, call my name, I'm standing here, and their lawyer stand up and said, okay, I'll hear the case now. And so the lawyer is talking. The lawyer's talking, and I'm talking about they talking lawyer talk. I don't know what the heck they talking about. I can understand every seventh word. That's about it. I can't understand the rest of it. And so then I said, Your Honor, may I speak? And she said, yes. I said, Your Honor, this right here says that they are suing me for residential property. This is not a residential property. This is a commercial building. It's a church. I am not the church. The church is a nonprofit organization that has a tax ID number. I have the information here. And the lady says, huh? I said, I'm not a resident, Your Honor. That's a church building. That's a commercial property. I'm not that. The church has a tax ID number. I am not the church, so you can't sue me. And so the lady says, okay, well, you guys need to go and mediate. So we go in this room and mediate, and this lady is trying to steal. I said, listen, we are not the church. I bring out all the documentation. We are not the church. This is not it. This is not. So they come back, and the settlement was, we would just move out the building. We win the victory. We move out the building. I'm not sued for $1 million because God gave an intrusive thought and I did. But I'm in my feelings. I'm in my feelings. We in church. We go to court on that Friday. I'm in my feelings. I'm in my feelings. Friday out to church. Out to court. I'm in my feelings all day Saturday. I'm in my feelings on Sunday morning. I preach in my feelings. When service is over with, I walk into my office and I'm in my feelings. And I said to God, I said to the person who's going to be, I will never forget how the people treated me. I will never forget this. And I'm angry. And so the person says to me, who's walking with me, say, Pastor, you can't think like that. That's what these people do. You can't do that. I said, I will never forget how these people treated me, how they left me standing, how they left me holding the bag, and these people didn't care whether me or my family was stuck with $1 million lawsuit or not. They didn't care. I will never forget. Go upstairs and get my clothes. I ain't even speak to the saints when I left. We got in the car and we bounced. You understand? We out of here. We go home. I ain't even go out to eat. Out to church like most preachers do. I go home and get in the bed. I'm depressed. I'm angry and upset. I'm mad because I'm in my feelings. And I get in the bed and I go straight to sleep. I wake up about 3 hours later and I tell God, I'm angry and I'm upset because nobody showed up for us. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. I will never forget how I feel. But then I said these words to God. If you give me an opportunity to preach to people, you give me an opportunity to go to church, go to folks' churches or their convention to preach, I will preach to the people the power of partnering with their pastor's vision and how important it is for them to connect and how the vision blesses them. Notice I wake up and I got a change of mind, a change of heart, because now I realize that I cannot stay in my feelings, because if I stay in my feelings, God can't bless me. So it doesn't matter what they do. It matters what I do. It doesn't matter what they say. It matters what I say. It doesn't matter how they act. It matters how I act. God is watching me at this moment. So I changed my mentality. So right after that, start writing up my sermons now that'll help me minister messages to pastors and to their members on how to partner with their pastor's vision. And how partnering with the pastor's vision blesses them too. That God put a part in there for them to play. That if they connect with their pastor's vision, that God would elevate their life and take their life to the next level. And I began to show it out of scripture how God does it. And then God started opening up doors for me to go to different churches and preach to them. All of that was born now out of me getting over my feelings. I wonder, what are you leaving on the table because you won't get out of your feelings? How long are you going to be mad at the person who mistreated you years ago? How long are you going to be mad at God because he didn't save your son's life, your daughter's life, your husband's life, your wife's life? How long are you going to be angry with God because he didn't come through when you needed him to come through? How long are you going to be angry at the person who accused you? You got to look at this. The Bible tells us that the devil is the accuser of the brethren, not the people. So how long are you going to be angry with a people? And how long are you going to keep your life on hold? God is trying to elevate you. He's trying to add to you. He's trying to increase you. But the devil is throwing roadblocks that will block you from getting to your next level. Every one of us has to go go through tests and trials, but you have to be the person who is willing to overcome the test and the trial. So how long is it going to be before you get out of your feelings? You got to learn to get out your feelings today. You got to get out your feelings. You cannot continuously keep being angry over this individual, because what you're doing is your anger now is coming out. It is not helping you. It's hurting you. Watch now. Do you not realize that the Bible tells us that when you are angry and envious at people and you got unforgiveness in your heart, the Bible tells us that unforgiveness, it leads to, the Bible says it's as rottenness to the bones. One translation of the Bible says that it leads to bone cancer. So you want to forgive for health purposes. That I want my health. I don't want to keep on having unforgiveness in my heart towards you, and I don't get my health. And on top of that, I miss God. Let me close with this right here. I remember a preacher by the name of Dr. Jerry Savelle. Dr. Jerry Savelle tells a testimony about how he gets a phone call from one of his major partners, the major contributors to his ministry. And he says, listen, my wife is dying. Please come and pray for her. He drops what he's doing, drives to the house, walks in, and the husband greets him and says, she's laying there on the bed. He walks in, he sees her, he greets her. She's in so much pain that she really can't speak back, and he's getting ready to pray for her. God speaks to him. God says to him, that I will raise her up if she will forgive her husband. Now, you know, that's got to be some tough thing to say to a person that's right there, that's on their deathbed. Because at this moment, this person is out of here. They just need you to pray for them at this moment. And God has a word for her. He tells her, he says, God told me that he will raise you up off of your deathbed right now if you would forgive your husband. And this is what she said. I will never forgive him. I will never forgive him. I will never forgive him because he cheated on me. I will never forgive him. And the man is standing there with tears in his eyes, and he said, please, baby, please forgive me. This happened 25 years ago. I have not done that since. It was one time. It was 25 years ago. And every day you have beat me over the head with it. Every day. You have not forgiven me for 25 years. But listen, please forgive me so you can live. And she said, I will not forgive. And 20 minutes later, she dies because she refused to forgive. She wouldn't get out of her feelings. And I wonder how many of you right now could be potentially knocking on death's door because you won't get out your feelings. I wonder how many of you right now are missing out on the good life because you won't get out of your feelings. I wonder how many of you right now have gone out and cheated on your husband or cheated on your wife because you're in your feelings. I wonder how many, I'm going to get my revenge. He cheated on me. I'm going to cheat on him. And I'm going to do it with his best friend. It's because you're in your feelings. Well, she don't love me and I'm just hurting right now. So then you go to somebody and sleep with somebody that ain't even worth it because you're in your feelings. You got to get out of your feelings today. You got to get out of your feelings. Pastor, how do I get out of my feelings? Number one, you're going to have to pray and ask God to give you strength to get out of your feelings. Number two, you're going to have to make a decision that you're going to get out of your feelings. You got to pray to God. You got to make a decision, get out of your feelings. You got to do that. Number three, you got to release the pain. If you don't release the pain, it's going to stay in your heart. You got to pray to God. You got to make a decision that you're going to get out of your feelings. You got to release that person. You got to release that pain. If you don't let it go, it's going to destroy you. And the way you release that pain is through confessing out of your mouth, I'm letting this go today. I'm letting this hurt go. I'm letting this pain go. I'm letting this frustration go. I forgive this individual. I forgive the person who mistreated me. I forgive the person who took advantage of me. I forgive them. And then the fourth thing you're going to have to do, you're going to have to start writing about the pain, because writing is therapeutic for you. So you're writing down how you feel and how you're hurt. But at the end of the day, you're letting it go. In a sense, you could be writing a letter to the old you. The new you writing a letter to the old you. So you're writing about it and you're getting free of it. But then the last thing, you're going to have to praise your way through. So some things you just have to praise your way through. You got to praise your way through. And there are people who are watching me today. You are in your feelings. Because you're in your feelings, you can't even get a good husband. You can't even get a good wife. You can't even get the job that you really desire. You can't get promoted. You can't get elevated. You can't get added to because you're in your feelings. You got to get out your feelings today. That's my time right there. I pray y'all are blessed this morning and encouraged today. I really do. So, hey, do me a favor, get your seed in the ground today. If you've been blessed this morning, I want you to get your seed in the ground today. Don't let the devil tell you that you cannot give and that you cannot sow and that you cannot support. Today is a beautiful day. And, get your seed in the ground today. So we put that giving information on the screen for you right now. And I'm telling you, today really is a good day. It really is. So get your seed in the ground this morning. Please don't let the enemy tell you that you cannot support, all right? This message has been a blessing to you. This ministry has been a blessing to you. If I'm a blessing to you, get your seed in the ground today. I really do appreciate you guys so very much. I thank you so much. Shout out to Miss Shirley Powell, who's on today. Miss Joanna, what's up, girl? Good to see you today. Brother Solano Jones is in the house. Good to see you. My guy, Kane, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for being on, brother. Appreciate your testimony, man. Your testimony was one of the ones that we read in church on Sunday, man. We didn't call your name, but we read one of your testimonies out, man. So I appreciate you, brother, so much. Good to see you today. Who am I? I think I saw Miss Origines in the house. Shout out to Miss Origines. Good to see you this morning, too. Thank you so much for being on today as well. Listen, I know my wife done pulled up now, honey. You can just come on in. Ain't no big deal. She done put, my camera tells me she out front. But anyway, I just need y'all to get your seed in the ground today. Yesterday, we had Vision Giving Sunday. Our goal was to receive no less than $10,000 to do the things that we needed to do for us, getting a new building and stuff like that. And we received pretty good offering yesterday. We were far away from the $10,000 that we were looking for to do what we need to do. We need new sound equipment, we need to get a new building, just things of that nature. You know, normally what churches do, they go through a tough time from November all the way through the beginning of the next year. And so we encourage people to support financially because we're looking to get a new building, need new sound equipment. And, you know, when you're moving to new buildings, you got to be able to have new things added in the building. And not only that, but we're looking to send our children in our church ages 13 and up this year, no less than 10 of them, to Houston, Texas this year to Love City Summer Camp in Houston, Texas. And we're looking to do that. And it costs money to do that. So we have to fly them there. We got to be able to provide transportation for them after they get there. And then we have to send 2 chaperones with them. If we got male and female kids going, we have to send 2 chaperones with them to go. And so what we endeavor to do is really to do that. And then we got our Mississippi trip coming up that we're looking forward to locking in to coming there in June. So it takes resources for us to really do that. So we've been encouraging people to partner with us in the Impact Giving campaign. And so what I want to do is encourage our members to be supportive, to people, partners who are watching us today. Be supportive, get a seed in the ground as best you can. Help with the $10,000 seed that we're looking for. We're looking for $10,000 in both locations. So that we can do everything that we need to do. Lancaster, we definitely need a new building in Lancaster, but we also need a completely different new sound system in Lancaster because the one that we have there is just not conducive and good at all. So, but hey, I want y'all to partner with us. Whatever God lays in your heart, partner with us today and help us get to the next level. I mean, hey, we're partnering, we're taking this gospel all around the world. So that's what some of the bigger ministries do. They ask people to partner with them. To help them do what they do. So that's what I'm asking every one of you to do that can. Partner with us. If you can't, we understand. We really do understand. And it is no problem or anything like that. So we ask you to partner with us. We're going to put another giving thing on the screen if you want to partner with us in doing so. I just asked with the link that we put on the screen for you right now. Once you see it and you give on our church website, you have to find the one that says, on the drop-down screen, you have to find the one that says Impact Giving Sunday. Impact Giving Sunday. And that way you can get your seed in the ground today. So that way the seed can be earmarked the right way. The accounting team can make sure everything is the right way. All right. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's supporting us today. And I want to say thank you to those people who have supported us from the beginning. People like Miss Shirley Powell has supported us from the very beginning. And I am so grateful. She's been with us since the very beginning. And so I appreciate her and her support. I appreciate some other people, Ms. Etna Powell and them, they've been with us from the beginning. Brother Salilo has been with us from the beginning. And I just want to say thank you to you guys. You guys are the remnant that has helped us along the way. And I do thank you so much for all that you do. All right. So we put that the link that says Impact Giving. You see it on the screen there. You can be able to get that in the ground, or you just go to our church website at www.kingdomlifefaithcenter.org. Click on the online giving button there, and you can get it in the ground. Or you can do our church app. Our church app, all you have to do is open it up. You'll see our church app. You open it up and hit the giving link, and then you'll be able to see Subsplash, Givelify, all those, PayPal, and you'll be able to give them out your seed. If you're giving through Cash App to our church, it's the $ KLFC Church, and all you have to do is on whatever you give on the add line or the memo line, just say Impact Giving or Vision Giving, and the accounting team distributes everything where it's supposed to go. All right. So, hey, I appreciate you guys today. I call you blessed this morning from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. I speak favor, finance, and increase over your life today. And Lord, I thank you right now that you're helping your people not to give up and not to give in, but you're helping your people to get out of their feelings this morning. And Lord, I give you praise and glory for it in Jesus' name. Now, today belongs to Miss Desiree Alvarado. Whatever she wants, she gets. Whatever she needs gets supplied. Today is her day. Today also belongs to Miss Joanna Bullard. Whatever she wants, she gets. Whatever she needs gets supplied. Today is her day. Show them some love and some appreciation today. I'm quite sure that they would appreciate it, all right? I got to bounce. I got to go. I love y'all. I'll see y'all again tomorrow on In the Backyard, Pastor Perry. Be blessed. Love y'all. Oh, Miss Linda Brown is in the house. You know, you cannot listen. You can't even really do an effective broadcast if Miss Linda Brown is not on today. Shout out to her. Good to see you. And my auntie Catherine is on today. Love me some you. Good to see you. All right. Peace. Be blessed.